Hello guys, this is What About Nintendo, and today I'm here for another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why indie games do not suck, why there actually are some really good ones, and talk a little bit about some that I'm looking forward to. Got some good things to go over, so let's get right on into it. Alright guys, so today there was a Nindies presentation, a Nindies Nintendo Direct focused all on, well, indies on the Nintendo Switch, and while it wasn't the best Nindies that's ever, been shown off, there were some cool ones, some very interesting, out of the, box thinking kind of games that you usually see with indies. There were some cool ones, and then we got some release dates for some that I know a lot of people are looking forward to, like Undertale. And so it kind of got me thinking about indies and how there's this weird stigma that indies suck, that indies just aren't worth the money and they can never be even close to as good as a AAA experience, or you can't really get much enjoyment out of them, and they're just not worth the money, and you might as well just save up for the next Zelda and the next Mario or Smash or whatever, big game, next Halo. Trying to think of other third-party games, Doom, whatever you like. So saving up for those big AAA games instead of buying these cheaper indie games, because they're just not worth it. They just don't have quality. These devs, they just don't know what they're doing. They're just a bunch of crap. They just suck. But I do not think that this is the case. I highly disagree. I strongly, very strongly disagree with this opinion that indie games suck and that there are no good indie games. There are actually a lot of really good indie games, and indie games, in my opinion, are actually very important to the industry. And here's why. First off, the pricing. There's a lot of people out there who can't really afford to pay $60 for every single stinking game, me being one of them, and they want to get a good experience for, $5, $10, $20, and get something that's really fun. And indie games are perfect for this. People who are on a budget, people who can't pay $60 every couple weeks on a brand spanking new AAA game. The pricing is very reasonable because these studios have, they need to get they need a bigger audience. They're kind of small. They gotta show people like, hey, look at this price. So you can get $60 game, one $60 game, or you could get like three $20 games. Look at us. Look, you should buy us. Since they have, such high competition, they gotta keep their prices low. So, that's just one reason why indie games are good, because they're cheap and they're fun too. Secondly, is one that I think is even more important than just, being cheaper, is that they keep the gaming industry very fresh. They have a lot of new ideas. Every time you watch an indies presentation or just a trailer for an indie game, you'll notice that it's like crazy different from any other, AAA games. There's just nothing like them in the AAA space. Typically, it's just not that similar. They keep the gaming space fresh. They're the Splatoon of the gaming. They have that Splatoon idea. You gotta stay fresh. You know what I'm saying? They got that kind of attitude. So they're always coming up with new crazy ideas that just you won't see anywhere else. They're usually sometimes they don't end up working, but sometimes they end up being really fun and unique experiences that you won't get anywhere else. And it kind of keeps you from getting that same grind of playing the same first-person shooter, the same action platformer, the same whatever racing game or whatever, the same old stuff that you've been playing for so long. Some of these AAA developers, they get lazy and they just kind of make the same stuff over and over again with no really new, fresh ideas. While in indie space, since there's so much competition, they gotta stand out, so they gotta make crazy, wacky ideas. So I just am a fan of crazy, wacky ideas. So I think indie games are great for that purpose. And number three is that they can often revive, not, franchises, but the ideas behind certain franchises that don't really exist anymore. For example, Advance Wars. Advance Wars is a game a lot of people really like. Pedro, I'm talking to you. I also really like the concept as well. And while we have like Fire Emblem, it's not exactly the same, and that's kind of the only game in that entire genre made by a AAA developer. So there's just one option in the AAA space. However, in the indie space, there are a lot more options, and they're innovating a lot more. Fire Emblem they're great games, but they're not really innovating anymore. They are, but they're not. it's nothing mind-blowing. Maybe this new one that's coming onto the Switch will be a bigger jump. It seems to have some stuff changed, but from what we can tell, it's not, like, mind-blowingly different. There's not just some kind of, like, wacky new concept that they're putting into the next Fire Emblem game. Well, a lot of the games on in the indie side are bringing these kind of strategy games to a whole nother level. And that's really, really cool for me. Like, Wargroove looks really good. There was a game announced just today for the Nintendo Switch. It's actually out right now. That was that kind of advanced war style, and that one looks super cool. You could, like, use the environment to your advantage, and all kinds of really cool stuff. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, so I'll put it on screen right now. But that one was really cool. So they can take ideas from series that are, dead. They're just not really making that anymore, and they can kind of revive those ideas that people really, really enjoyed from those series and bring them and just add new, wacky, crazy, cool stuff to them and add, stuff that will make them feel fresh and new and, not stale. So I really like that about the indie devs. So not only are they cheap, they're also keeping the gaming space fresh, and they're reviving ideas that are kind of been left behind by AAA developers, even though they're still really, really good ideas and concepts. So I think indies are very important to the gaming industry. I think some of them are really, really good. I mean, Shovel Knight, Celeste, there's just a bunch of great ones. I'll put some on screen because I can't remember their names off the top of my head because I suck at remembering names, but I'm just like bang, 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 bang on the screen right now. Because there's just a crap ton of really, really good ones. So even though I agree, sometimes you can get a little bogged down by the hundreds of indies that just, some of them do suck. There are some indies out there that suck, but not every indie game suck, and indie games as a whole do not suck. There's a lot of really, really good indie games that are just pushing boundaries and bringing us great new experiences. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Tuesdays and Thursdays, gaming live streams, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Coffee Talk, Monday through Friday, where I chat with you guys every morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, about the latest Nintendo news. Also, make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive live Let's Plays every Sunday, and some other really cool benefits as well. And check out my merch down in the description below. Got some really cool, got a mug, got a hat. I'm gonna add some other stuff as well. There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff in there, so check that out. Anyways, guys, I'll see all you dudes later on What About Nintendo. Bye!